Good morning, class 6 students. Today we are going to study an interesting chapter in social and political life. Understanding diversity. What do you mean by diversity? In a society, suppose Hapoli. When you go to Hapoli, you can see different types of people there. People who are believing in different religion, people who speak different language, people who follow different culture, people who wear different types of clothes, people who eat different types of foods, people who come from different regions, people who are doing different types of jobs. That means this type of different types of people you can see in Hapoli. So Hapoli can be called a diverse society. These differences can be called as diversity. So in a society, if there is different types of people, like people who believe in different religions, people who follow different languages, people who speak different languages, people who follow different culture, people who eat different types of foods, people who are doing different types of jobs, people who are wearing different types of clothes, people who are coming from different regions, such category of people can be called as diverse people. So if there is such a kind of a society, that society is called a diverse society. That is called diversity. Basically, diversity means the differences among people. All people are not alike. All people are not from one religion. All people are not speaking same language. All people are not from one particular region. People are speaking different languages. They are following different religions. Someone may be Hindu, someone may be Christian, someone may be Muslim, someone may be someone may be following different other religion like Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, like that. And people may be speaking different languages like Malayalam, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Hindi, different types of such kinds of languages. And people may be wearing different types of clothes. So all this can be called as differences. These differences can be called diversity. And in order to understand a little more deeply, in the chapter you can see a story of Samir Ek and Samir Do. So when you read the story, you can clearly understand there's differences among Samir Ek and Samir Do. Difference between Samir Ek and Samir Do. Samir Ek goes to school, but Samir Do does not go to school because he doesn't have money. In order to look after his family, he needed to do one job in his childhood. That means he is selling newspaper. And by getting that money, he is looking after the family. So basically, he is poor. So Samir Ek goes to school and he is rich. But Samir Do is not at all going to school. He is very poor. And one is Hindu, one is Muslim, and one knows different two languages, English and Hindi. And Samir Do knows only Hindi language. So these both are different. They are not same. Even though their name is similar, Samir. Even though both are friends, but still both are different. This difference can be called as diversity. So we clearly, when you read this story, you can clearly understand what is diversity. That means differences in the society can be called as diversity. Differences in religion, language, culture, clothes, foods, jobs and region can be called as diversity. Let us see the topic. What does diversity add to our lives? See, the first point, it teaches us to live and adjust ourselves in a broad society. We already studied that diversity means differences among people who live in a society. So when we live in a society, we should be ready to adjust with others, because we may be following our religion, we may be speaking our language, we wanted to live in a society. Similarly, we should think of others also. There should be mutual respect when we live in a society. That is called adjustment. Adjustment with other people, other category people, because different language speakers, religious people, are people who are from different regions. We are living among this category of people. We are living in a society among this category of people, and so we should have an adjustment mentality with others. We should live in a society, and similarly other people also want to live. That is called adjustment. So it teaches us to live and adjust ourselves in a broad society. In a society where different types of people are living, we are also able to live there. But when we live, we should be ready to respect them. We should ready to help them. We should be ready to help them also. So diversity makes us tolerant and just. So when we live in a society, since we are living among different types of people, we also may get different knowledge from others. We also may be able to provide different knowledge to others, and so we will be very tolerant. We can be very tolerant. We should be very tolerant or kind to others. We should know the feelings of other people also. We should be ready to respect them, and we should be ready to support them, and also we should be ready to help them. That is called tolerant and just. And it teaches us to be united in an adverse situation. So we know that actually when there is a problem in a society, all people should be united. Since we are speaking different language, since we are following different religion, we should not think that it is not the problem of us. It is a problem of that religion. It is a problem of that language speaker. It is a problem of that regional people. So it is not our problem. We should not think like that. So when there is a problem in a society, since that society is a diverse society, all people should be ready to cooperate each other. Then only unity will come. Together only, when all people work together, when all people ready to support each other, only a change can be made in the society. Otherwise, only groupism will develop, competition will develop, and what will happen? There is a possibility for conflict and violence among different people. If there is no unity, if there is no cooperative mentality. So that is what we can say, that it teaches. That means diversity teaches us to be united in an adverse. That is a very difficult situation. It teaches us many values. That means how to respect other people. What is the necessity of respecting other people when we live in a society? What is the need of cooperating each other? What is the necessity of supporting each other? This all can be called as different types of values. So respect of other religious people, respect of other language people, and also supporting each other, cooperating each other, and also helping each other. All these can be called as different types of values. So diversity that means diversity teaches us many matters. That means when we live in a society where different types of people are living, we also part of that society, and so we have to respect each other. And we should be ready to cooperate each other. We should be ready to support each other, work each other, and also we should be ready to unite each other instead of being separate, instead of being isolated. We also should be part of that society, so we should be always ready to support each other. That is diversity adding in our life. Diversity in India. We know that India is a land of diverse people, because here in India different religions are there, like Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, so many such kinds of religions. And all the people of our country are not speaking only one language. They are speaking different languages. Hindi people, some people are speaking Hindi, and other people are speaking Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Telugu, such Marathi, Gujarati, that means Odia, different types of such kinds of languages people are speaking. And people are practicing different festivals, celebrating different festivals. People are from different regions. So that is why we can say our country is a diverse nation. Because in India, all people are not speaking same languages, all people are not believing in one religion, all people are not living in one particular location. So people are different. These differences can be called as diversity. So our country is a diverse nation. And now let's say, how do we explain diversity? So we know that actually because of the movement, earlier people moved from one place to another place for different purposes. Maybe in search of job, or maybe for that means cultural purposes, maybe for spiritual fulfillment, and for different purposes people moved from one place to another place. Maybe for higher studies, maybe that means maybe for getting education, maybe for getting jobs, and maybe for what will say that for spiritual purposes. So for different purposes, people used to move from one place to another place. So when people are moving from one place to another place, what is happening? There is a mixing up happening. People are getting mixed up. So when people are getting mixed up, a mixed society is formed. A mixed society means a society of different languages people, a society of different religious people, a society of different cultural people, a society of different regional people. So such kind of society is a diverse society, or such category of people are called diverse people. So we can certainly, how do we explain diversity means? Because of the movement of the people from one region to another region, what is happening? People are getting mixed up. So when people are getting mixed up, they are living together in one society. That means people who speak different language, people who are believing in different religion, people who are practicing different culture, and people who are celebrating different festivals, people who are wearing different clothes, people who eat different foods, people who practice different jobs, people who are from different regions. All these people are getting mixed up and together they are living happily. Such a society is called a diverse society. Now let us study two diverse regions. One is Ladakh and another one is Kerala. First of all, let us see the specialities of Ladakh. We know that Ladakh is a desert, a cold desert, in the mountains in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir. Ladakh is a cold desert in the mountains in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir. And here very little agriculture only possible. Why? Because throughout the year this region is snow covered region. Only in summer months some ice will melt, and during that time cultivation is possible. And people finding their drinking water only by melting ice in summer. So drinking water by melting snow in summer months. So this is the basic information about Ladakh. And now let's see the occupation of the people in Ladakh. So people rear goat and sheep. In Ladakh region, people mainly rear goat and sheep. And people produce very famous wool from their goats. That wool can be called as Pashmina wool. This is world famous wool because of its fine quality. And from the Pashmina wools, they are producing Pashmina shawls. This is very beautifully designed shawls. And that's why this shawls this type of shawls have demand all over the world. And these Pashmina shawls are given in Kashmir region. And now let's say about the foods which people are eating in Ladakh. They are mainly eating meat and milk products like cheese. And each family own cows, goats and zos. Means yak cows. Now let us study another region. About another region, that is Kerala. And let's see whether any differences are there in the life of people who live in Ladakh and Kerala. First of all, let's say about Kerala. So we know that Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India. Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India. And this state is surrounded by sea, especially Arabian Sea in one side and hills on the other side. And this region is known as land of spices because in the state of Kerala different types of spices are produced like pepper, cardamom, cloves, cinnamon and so many such types of spices are produced in the state of Kerala. And because of spices only, different traders are attracted to this region. Foreigners also attracted to this region, and many traders many other different types of traders are also attracted to this region only because of spices of this region. And Jewish and Arab traders were the first traders reached in this land. Jewish and Arab traders. Christian apostle Saint Thomas came to this land 2000 years ago, and he spread Christianity to this land. Ibn Battuta, a traveler, also came to this land 700 years ago, and he wrote a travelogue about the lives of Muslims of this region. And he wrote Muslims were highly respectable people in this society. And Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese sailor, firstly discovered the sea route from Europe to India, and he reached here in the state of Kerala in 1498. Vasco da Gama heard about the spices produced in the state of Kerala, and he came to know deeply about the spices produced in the state of Kerala, and he landed in Kerala, especially in Calicut region in 1498. He came from Portuguese because he was a Portuguese sailor. These are the basic information about Kerala. Now let's see about important religions of Kerala. In the state of Kerala, people are following different religious beliefs. Some people are believing in Hinduism, some people are believing in Christianity, Islam religion also found there, Judaism and Buddhism. People are following this type of different religions in the state of Kerala. And foods, rice, fish and vegetables, mainly people are eating. All other types of foods people are eating, but still mainly rice, fish and vegetables. And some other factors. In the state of Kerala, you can see China Vala, means fishing nets. These fishing nets exactly look like Chinese fishing nets. And that's why the fishing nets used in Kerala, also known as China Vala. And a particular frying pan used in Kerala, also known as China Chatti. Because as per the concept of, as per the belief of the people are thinking that China Chatti also came from China. Chinese influence can be seen even in Kerala. So China Chatti is a particular frying pan used in Kerala known as China Chatti. And the fishing nets used in China exactly look like Chinese fishing nets. And that's why that fishing net is known as China. So we have seen Ladakh and we have seen Kerala. Let's see what is the difference. This two region is different in their geographical matters. Geographically, both are different. But similarity also can be seen. Both regions are influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. Both regions are influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. The Ladakh region also and Kerala region also influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. Now, let's see the topic unity in diversity. Which means, even though India is a land of diverse people, we have already seen people of our country are speaking different languages. They are following different religions and they are from different regions. But still, even though if this diversity is existing, when our country is facing a difficulty, a dangerous situation, all these people are getting united. Together they fight against their difficulties. Together they are fighting against their enemies. That is why we could chase the mighty British force from our country forever. During freedom struggle, men and women, rich and poor, upper class and lower class, different language speakers, religious believers, and also people of different regions. All these people united and together they fought against the British people. In order to inspire the people, they made songs, especially patriotic songs, posters, and also they made movements, actions, and together they fought against the British people. So British thought of dividing the people in India in the names of religion. Divide and rule policy they thought of practicing in order to easily control the people of India, in order to easily capture the land of our country. They thought of practicing the policy of divide and rule. But instead of creating disunity in the minds of the people, our people were more united. That's why, even though many cruelties British people made in India, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, many such kinds of cruelties they made. Indian people together made movements like Quit India movement, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, such different types of movements people made. And finally chased the British people from Indian soil forever. This is called unity. When our country face any difficulty or when our country that means fight against enemies, even though differences existing in our country, even the people are speaking different language, even the people are following different religion, even the people are from different regions, even though if they are actually following different cultures, but still when there is a necessity, when there is a need, when our country need, all people are united and thinking that we all are Indians. We are not Hindu or Christian or Islam. We are not speaking different language. We are not Marathi, Tamil, Kannada, Kerala, like that. All people are one and together they are fighting. That is called unity in diversity. Even though our country is a land of diverse people, but still they are one. That is called unity in diversity. And the clear unity in diversity we have seen during freedom struggle. When our country was under Great Britain, all the people of India united and fought against the mighty British power and chased British people from India. Jawaharlal Nehru deeply wrote about that, this unity in diversity. Jawaharlal Nehru only gave the term unity in diversity in his book Discovery of India. So in this chapter we have seen diversity, understanding diversity and unity in diversity and two different regions, Ladakh and Kerala, we have seen. So read this chapter very thoroughly. It is very interesting, easily you can understand.